Who's for Progress?
Gwen Caulfield works as a maid for the Sutton family. She likes her work, but she misses her family. She writes to them every week.
20th of September, 1857. Dear Mum, no end of arguments here at the big house, all about the railway again. Mrs. Sutton and the older sons are dead set against, but the younger son, Bertie, he always speaks up for progress.
Mrs. Sutton has brought up her two sons alone since her husband passed away. She takes comfort in writing her diary.
20th of September 1857. My boys had another bitter argument at the dinner today over those wretched rail lines. Harold believes, as his father did, that the railway will turn Sutton Coldfield from a pleasant country town into
a smoky and depraved suburb of Birmingham.
Bertie is a dear boy, but is crazy for progress and for the railway. Tonight they nearly came to blows over dinner. I remember my father telling me a similar argument in the last century over the canal and the turnpike road.
We should build a railway here, to bring coal to warm the houses, to bring jobs and factories, cheaper food, cheaper travel, everything that Sutton needs.
In the end, I had to send Gwen and the other servants out of the room. I do hope peace will be restored in this house.
I, for one, hope they will hurry up and build the railway. I'm saving a penny a week from my wages. I hope that one day me and Betsy can ride to Brummage like ladies instead of walking 10 miles through the mud as I did last week to take some good country food to Grand Auntie Mary. I do miss you all, counting the days till Harvest Festival when I will see you again at Holy Trinity. Fondest love, Gwen.
At last it was Harvest Festival. And what a fine church service it was. Most of the townsfolk were there. And the harvest display was the best anyone had ever seen. Gwen went home to see her mum and dad, her brother and Betsy and Granny Caulfield for their own harvest feast. After dinner, as they all settled down with big mugs of tea, Gwen told them all about her work up at the big house.
She's doing very well, isn't she? We're very proud of you, our Gwen.
But it wasn't long before their family was arguing too. Gwen told them that Bertie had written a letter about the railway and mentioned her in it. Mum scowled and Dad frowned.
What's he after, Gwen? You want to watch that young man? Don't like the sound of him. All those arguments.
And then Granny Caulfield piped up.
There's always arguments when things are changing. I remember when they said, let's dig canals, shining waterways, for boats and barges, bringing bricks and coal and cheaper food, and everything that Sutton needs. And Theodolot said,
Do we want these new canals through our landscape?
Who will dig them?
Well, I'll tell you who dug them. My Auntie Mary Ann's husband, Patrick.
Back in the 1780s, the canal works reached Sutton Coldfield. Gangs of men came from Ireland to dig them. They might as well have come from the moon.
Oh, the scandal. When Mary Ann was 16, she fell in love with Patrick. He was a handsome lad and a hard worker on the canals. But her father never forgave her. He said she should have married a local lad. So Mary Ann and Patrick went away to live in Brum. That's why the family's still there.
And that's why I had to walk 10 muddy miles last week to see poorly Auntie Mary. I will be glad of the railway when it comes, just like Mr. Bertie says.
20th of September 1857. To the Chairman, the Birmingham, Erdington and Sutton Coldfield Railway Board. Sirs, we must continue to support the planned railway route despite the many voices raised against it, my own family included. A railway line will allow the people of Sutton to travel to Birmingham quickly and cheaply, and Birmingham's poor can come to enjoy the fresh air at Sutton Park. We must speak out for progress. Yours eternally, Bertram Sutton, Esquire.